All right, a little Discord. What is this called? What are we talking about here? Round 3 Showdown. Which, by the way, the contest, go watch the Showdown, Hoedown. I hope you've watched the Showdown. If you haven't watched the Showdown, Hoedown first, fuck you, okay? I'm kidding. I love you. Let's see. I'm just a little fired up. Good day. I just got to tell you, it's so exciting to see so many of you doing so well at Showdown, right? Like, it's just so many of you. It's not just like the same 3 or 4 guys are always top of the leaderboards, although there is like 3 guys that are up there a lot. I legit saw no less than like 12 or 15 people up towards the top of the leaderboards today flying the flag. I really appreciate all of you that do that. I don't expect it of any of you, so all of you that do it, very cool of you. I appreciate every one of you motherfathers. I got a nice little sweat too. It was nice to see Sung Jae not make that birdie on 12. Or not 12, but 3. So now he has 6 not very easy holes to go play in the morning. Maybe he bogeys 3 and pars 3, and we get some little GP play win. You know what I'm saying? That sounded a little bit too much like the Jello guy. That was not my intention. Contest selection tomorrow, man. I think I'm gonna have to hop into some 555 probably. I don't know. Definitely gonna play the $10 18 max. Definitely gonna play the $5 again. And if I make some, the contest sucked tomorrow, bruh. And it's all DraftKings' fault, fucking amateurs. But I'm telling you, I'm just gonna follow my scruples. Like, it's so gross. My big lineup in the $5, I think would be sitting second in this right now. So you're like, oh, that's $15,000. Well, until frickin' I get passed by whistles, then I drop down. So now I finished 3rd place out of 8,800 people, and I get $5,000. By the way, I did 41 lineups in that, I think, 45, something like that. So that would have been $900. So what? I get 5x my money? Fuck that. It's just such a bad contest. I hate it. So that's where I'm at with contest selection. It just really infuriates me. That should have been 200,000, probably 250, but they're so afraid of not wanting to mess up the lock time. They just screwed it up. We really got to watch this cut in the morning, guys. Okay, really got to watch it. It could go to even. It could go to +1. If the wins show up, it will likely be +1. If the wins do not show up, it will likely be even. That's as simple as I can put it. If they have nice conditions in the morning, they'll roast the course. They will. They'll do just fine, and they will not be giving back shots. But if we got wins, and as I said on Showdown, Hoedown, the closing holes are not easy. A lot of bogeys on those closing holes. So because of that, I would lean towards +1, but I think the real advantage is you got to be up monitoring this shit, and then you got to be ready to go build your lineups quick once we know. Because if those +1 guys get in, that's the guys you want to play. Okay, now I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about, oh, by the way, I'm burying the lead here. I will have the stone out tonight, okay? But obviously, come on, don't be a dick. Some guys aren't done, right? So like Adam Hadwin's only through hole 10. Sungjae's only through hole 12. So we're just going to have to make it with the data that we already have, okay? So yes, the data might be a little wonky on some of these guys. I don't know if I'd say wonky, but not complete, right? But like, there's no way we're going to be able to wait till the round's over, be able to go make all that information, put it into a pretty form, and get it out to you in the 30 minutes for you to analyze, right? So we're going to make it tonight, do our best. A lot of things won't be affected, right? First of all, if the guys have already completed their round, their numbers will be very legit. But round 3 round 3 history, price relationship, cash play, stuff like that, and we'll mark all the guys that you need to be like on cut watch. Okay, I'll go in and specially mark them. We'll remove all the guys that have already definitely missed the cut too. Okay, so you're gonna have to give me 2 or 3 hours to get that out, but I will have it out tonight. From there, tomorrow, I almost guarantee you they'll finish the round by probably 9 a.m. By 9:30, they're already going to be going off in 3s off of 1 and 10. If you don't know how this works, when they go off in 3s, it's the way that they can get it done fast. Okay, you put them off in 3s off of 1 and 10. And they're going to start in the middle of the field. So say, let's just, to make it easy, let's say 70 guys make the cut. They're going to go right to the middle. All the guys at T35, and those guys are going to go off 1 and 10 in batches of 3. And then they'll just keep moving out and out and out and out and out. Okay? So the very last guys that will go off tomorrow will be the guys in first, right? The top 3 guys, which will probably be like Scheffler, Hadwin, and Rahm. Okay? They'll be going off of 1, and they'll be the very last group. But don't forget, there'll also be 3 guys going off on the back 9, starting on number 10. And those will be all the guys that just made the cut on the number. And let's say that the cut is +1 tomorrow. It's going to be these guys down here. It's going to be Chris Kirk, David Lipsky, Luke List. It's going to be those guys. And these guys down here are guys I want to target. Not just because they're going to be lower owned, because nobody's going to be playing them, because A, they haven't played particularly well. They made the cut on the number. And B, people didn't want to risk playing them because they didn't know what the cut is. But really, the real answer is, if this wind happens like it's saying it's going to happen tomorrow, I want those guys out on the course as late as possible. I want them to not have to deal with any of this shit as little as possible. So I want guys going off the very latest I can. And the guys that are going to go off the latest will almost certainly be the guys at the top of the leaderboard. I do not think tomorrow is a great day to fade Scheffler or Rahm or M, right? I mean, you can, and maybe you don't want to play all those guys, especially if, like, let's say Decky or Morikawa or some other big name, Fleetwood, makes the cut on the number. Maybe you'd rather spend your money there. Sam Burns would be another good example. Cam Young would be a good example. These are guys you could go spend your money on and probably get them, and I shit you not, 1/20th the ownership of Scheffler and Rahm. Okay, so that is a strategy. But maybe the answer is you just play guys from both. You have Rahm and Scheffler in your lineup, but then you also mix them in with some studs from down here. A Matthew Fitzpatrick, a Sam Burns. You got obviously this is assuming they make the cut. You're gonna have to fucking watch it. Okay, you're gonna have to watch it. I'm not a magic man. I don't know who's gonna make the cut and who's not. Hell, I don't even know what the cut's actually going to be. Cam Young, Fleetwood. There's a lot more. Akawa's a guy that could backdoor the cut. Taylor Montgomery. And so I'm telling you, you want to get these guys at the very, very +1 guys, like the guys that just make it on the number. Or if the cut moves to even, go get Tigala. Go get Taylor Pendrith. Go get Corey Connors. Go get Decky. Guys like that are right there at the very bottom. But then don't be afraid to play some guys up top. As always, I'm going to play the guys up top that are the only guys at the top I will play tomorrow have to meet one of two criteria. One, they got to be a world-class player. That is Scheffler. That is Rahm. That is Sungjae. That is Xander. That's not fucking Adam Hadwin, okay? That's not Wyndham Clark. That's not Sam Ryder, and that's not Jonathan Vegas, okay? My other rule that I'm going to follow is if they're up at the top, did they have a questionable day? Jason Day has had a very questionable day. Shot an even round, just couldn't get it going. I don't give a fuck. I'll go right back to him, right? Guys like that, any good players that shot -1 or under, right? Scott Stallings, a guy I would go right back to, even though he's 18th. It's not like he's way up at the top or anything. Victor Hovland would be a great example of a dude that I would go consider. Okay. From there, I'm just going to look at the usuals, right? I'm going to look at guys who killed it on approach, guys that maybe shitted away around the greens, and maybe guys who shitted away off the tees. But that's what I'll use the stone for, right? Ultimately, I'll land on the guys, a player pool of, I think I did 25 guys today across my 59 lineups. And so, that was a little player heavy, but I thought I had that up here. I was going to show you guys my player pool. I normally only show this to the guys in the big guy package. Damn. Is this the right one? Showdown? Round 2? I don't know what happened to him. Huh. Whatever. I had some rules. Maybe I still have the rules on there. Let's see. Yeah, you can see I made a rule, the minimum of Scotty Scheffler at 55, and then I put some maxes. Oh, minimum of 9% on Hayden Buckley and Knox, because it kept not wanting to put him in my lineups. And if I'm going to play a guy, I wanted him in at least 6 of my 59 lineups. So I kept setting him at 9 or 10%. But it was because I kind of chose my players, so many guys up high, so many guys in the middle, and so many guys down low. It really, the optimizer wasn't struggling to make the exposures that I wanted. Okay. Last thing I would tell you is this wind is going to be the key. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them seem to say it's going to be very, very windy in the morning. One of them says it ain't going to be shit, and one of them says it's going to be kind of moderate, right? Well, I guess 4 is not bad, but it is going to be a little gustier. So you basically have a 1 in 3 chance this wind doesn't show up tomorrow morning. That's what depending on which projection you want to go with, right? Some specific plays, I don't really want to do that. I don't, like if I were, honestly, I don't even think I'm going to play cash tomorrow with everything being so janky. I think I'll just play the leverage game because you're just going to get such incredible leverage on these guys down here at the cut line. It's just one of those rare instances where you're going to be able to get like badass players at 1%. Okay, like I'm just telling you, like Aaron Wise at 1%, it doesn't matter if he's playing good or if it's a terrible fit or whatever. It's just Aaron Wise at 1%. It's fucking game over. I'm playing him. Let Matthew Fitzpatrick make the cut on the number. He'll be like 0.5% owned because of his salary. I'll fucking play him. When are you ever going to get Matthew Fitzpatrick a 0.5%? And he's a really good round 3 scorer. So that's what I'm going to be doing. That's why I'll be all GPP again tomorrow. Plus, I've been on a bit of a GPP heater right now. I'm feeling really good about the process. And when you do that, it just makes you want to play more of that, right? I'm a human being. I'm guilty of that. So that's gonna kind of be my plan. I got to get off here. I got to go make the stone. I just wanted to give you a heads up so you could start brainstorming, doing your own stuff. We'll have the stone out hopefully within the next hour and a half. You know, it's not a simple thing to make. We knocked out as much work as we could ahead of time, but there's still a lot of things to go touch up. So I got to go shut the fuck up now and get on that. Let's kick some ass tomorrow. Let's keep the flag flying. Appreciate all you guys that do that. Later, you motherfathers.